I wanted to play hard to get.
Girl, that boy ain't got no game.
He doesn't.
No, talking about investments and projects.
What was he talking about?
Who says that?
You're right. He doesn't have any game.
So stop playing games. Look, it works for me and Zach. We don't play no games.
Yeah, but that feels kind of strange.
Why?
I mean, not playing games. Gotta let a man chase a little bit, right?
Andi or Andrea Barnes is not a prize. Folks, this video, I feel like this is a trilogy. I've already recorded one about Danny, I recorded one about Sabrina, and now I'm going in on Andi. But then again, at this point in the series, what man has not already gone in Andi? I'm just saying. But in any case, yeah, this video is talking about how this woman, oh Lord, oh man. It's funny, in my episode review, I mentioned how the episode got a 7 out of 10. And Andi, Danny, and Sabrina are each a cause for 1 point being deducted from the episode, because I feel like it showcased the women at their worst. Now, yeah, there were probably other times in the series I can think of where these women were definitely worse than how they acted in this episode, but this was definitely one of those episodes where there's some top tier trifling women activity, and I'll leave it like that. But before moving forward, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video, or dislike it if you don't agree with what I have to say. Most importantly, leave your thoughts in the comments below if you think that I'm too harsh on Andi, or if you agree with me or whatnot. Hit subscribe and hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. So Andrea Barnes, yet again, yeah, I'm using her government name here. Andrea Barnes, yet again, is showcasing the foolishness of her thoughts on relationships. This woman, well, I will admit, she basically confirmed she likes to play games. Basically like hard to get. She likes to be chased. Yet, I can think of a few times within the series where she said straight up to like Gary's face, "I don't play games, Gary." And I'm like, "Heifer, you do." But this poor chump Jordan, who I can sympathize with, because I do feel like throughout the episode, I'm like, okay, this is kind of high schoolish. You got these grown ass people in the like mid to late 30s who are nervous about calling someone or anxious because they haven't gotten a phone call yet. That's relatable. I'm not gonna lie. I'm 32. I can relate. I get butterflies in my stomach. I feel weird as a man. I get butterflies to say I get butterflies in my stomach if a crush likes one of my social media posts. Now imagine calling. Well, then again, it's kind of funny because I have had calls with some of my crushes, but well, most of my crushes are these actors, which is completely unrealistic. But, you know, I'm not trying to put myself down or what's the word, fishing for compliments here. But, you know, I'm just giving my realistic take on this. But it just feels like in the midst of this relatable yet juvenile batch of emotions that, you know, okay, Jordan is nervous about calling, and then Andi's nervous because she hasn't heard anything. I think what made Andi look horrible is the fact that when Jordan finally calls, she ignores it until Fatima answers the phone. She straight up tells this guy that, oh, I have plans, because he literally has to like grovel to her. It's like, oh, well, the reason I didn't call is because I was intimidated by you. You're so smart and beautiful and, you know, accomplished. And I feel like, you know, I couldn't measure up, but I do know that I really, you know, like you and I'd like to get to know you better. Basically, just bowing down before her, telling her how great she is. And even though he did all that, oh, well, I'm not available tonight. Basically going to put him out on, you know, just leave him out to dry until she feels ready to deal with him. Because I would not doubt it if, let's say, you know, because I think I said this on Twitter. I said, now this poor man is groveling at her feet so she can agree to go out to a dinner that she had already agreed to the night before at that restaurant. Andi's like, well, I'll go if my girls go. And then they're like, yeah, we'll go. So it's like now all of a sudden you got plans. That's some trifling ass shit. That's just messed up. So again, Fatima had to step in and say, "Oh, actually, Mrs. Barnes, your dinner plans have been canceled, so you're actually free tonight." So I'm like, if Jordan, let's say, decided, okay, well, I guess I won't call her back then. She said she wasn't coming. And then let's say a few days later, Andi sees her and with another woman on a date, she would get in her feelings about it like, look, these men are trifling. It's like, no, your ass didn't, you wanted to play these games, but when you're messing with men with some sort of value who don't play these juvenile games like you, they know their worth. And it's like, okay, well, things didn't work out with Andi, so I'll just see if I can work out with somebody else, because it's just a dating app after all. He ain't trifling, you are. He ain't a bad man. You're just a bad person because you want to play these damn games. So Andi straight up saying, oh, well, I like the games and the chase. And I'm thinking to myself, you would have left this man out to dry if like Fatima didn't interject for you. Because best believe if Gary would have showed up to the penthouse or something later that night to talk, or he just acted like an asshole, they would be in bed within minutes. Yet this man just wants you to come over for dinner and you're giving him the cold shoulder. And guess what? The only reason Andi did this shit is because Jordan made her feel nervous because she was anxious for his phone call all day. That's all it's about. It's just like when Robin told her off about the whole janitor thing. Oh, you slept with Paris the janitor? I thought you interacted with men of a higher caliber than that. And basically told her about herself, and she felt all in her feelings about it. But then when Robin tried to apologize, oh, she wanted no, I only talk about business with you, Robin. I want nothing to do with you. And it wasn't until he's like, well, maybe I can help out your friend Sabrina. And he's like, well, see if you can help her out. Well, if I do, will we be cool? Just help out my friend. But then as soon as she needed $1.5 million, Robin, could I borrow the money from... She is full of shit. She is full of shit. Andi is just... She's not a piece of work. She's a piece of trash. She just uses these men. And I feel like, with her seemingly non-materialistic self, which we know she is, it's like, I bet that if she's acting like she's hard to get, she's probably going to see if Jordan will buy her some shit. Like what? Gary bought the penthouse and all. What? Did he have to buy her like a private jet or something just for her to give him, a second glance? That's messed up. That's really messed up. I know it seems like I'm being harsh on the character, but folks, this is towards the end of season 6. We're over 100 episodes into the show. I feel like we got a grasp of who these characters are at this point, don't you? So, Fatima told her, like, look, you need to go out and have fun. And it's like, look, this guy, he really likes you and he seems like a good man. You need to give him a chance instead of playing these games. That's the thing Andi needs to learn. It's like, has she met men who are better than Gary? Yes, but she needs to change some things about the way she operates with these men in terms of hopping in bed too quick with them, interacting with other men while she's still involved in the toxicity that is Gary. And it's like, I did enjoy their first date. The fact that they wanted to take things slow. They didn't drink alcohol. They didn't sleep on the first date. It was a different experience for Andi. So now for her to be playing these same juvenile games, she's going to potentially mess up what could be a good thing. I mean, look, I understand there are a number of things that I need to change if I want to, meet a nice girl, like, getting out of the house for starters, as opposed to just texting back and forth. Is like, make it happen, go out on dates and stuff. But I don't. I realize I need to change that behavior if I want to meet someone. But it's like, that's something that I'm self-reflecting on, and I know that to be a fact. This is what I need to do. Andi, on the other hand, is just playing these same games. It's like, what's the saying? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Again, she is potentially going to mess up a good thing because she wants to play this dumbass game. So thankfully, she has a real one like Fatima to tell her about herself, as opposed to someone like Karen or Sabrina. It's like, no, this is a good dude. I shouldn't just hang him out to dry. I'll go to the dinner. So, of course, we know Gary's there, and that's going to throw everything out of whack. But, yeah, I think Maurice's reaction to Sabrina saying they're amazing women was spot on, because they're amazing. There's something else, all right. They something else, but amazing is certainly not the word I would use to describe them. So, What did you think about Andi, the way she was acting with Jordan? I feel like it was just well within her character, but not a good reflection of her character. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.